Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live night show. I am leadership specialist, wealth mentor, author of a few books. I am an online marketer, but most importantly, out of all those things, I am your friend, and I welcome you here to the Leadership TKO live night show. It's an honor to be here with you guys on the podcast platforms around the world. I'm talking about Europe, those of you there and throughout Europe, those of you throughout or near Africa, Asia, throughout South America, and even, of course, throughout the United States and Canada. Thank you so very much for plugging into the show. I honor the fact that you are taking the time to be here with me live or catching this on demand for those of you tuning in by way of podcast. And I thank you so very much. Continue to tell your friends and family about this show. And definitely, of course, you want to convert your time if you want to be here with me live. And so, again, welcome. Listen, we're about to go live on Facebook using the video stream. So please stand by. All right, everybody, welcome and good evening. Good evening, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live night show. I'm going to verify, making sure that we're good on the Facebook platform, and I do appreciate you all being here with me. We are live. Hello, right? I just can't believe, of course, that this year has gone by. Pew, right? And so I verified on my timeline that the audio is good. I can hear myself. Awesome. And so welcome to the show, guys. Welcome. This is a show that goes live every single night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now we're live on Facebook and also live on several podcast platforms. We're talking about Apple Podcasts. We're talking about iPhone and app, and Google Android's platform when it comes to podcasts. All of the platforms for the most part, we are live right now in. And again, we go live with the show every night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless God says otherwise. We are normally here. And so remember, everyone, the purpose of the show really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So for those of you who are seeking to do one, two, or all three of those things, you're in the right place at the right time. And I encourage you to be here with me every single night so you can get that particular dose that you want, okay? So that you can grow yourself as a leader. And so speaking of that, I really recommend a few ways to engage with this show and with me, okay? So number one, like or love the stream. Those of you seeking to grow yourself as a leader, seeking to grow your income, go ahead and hit the love button. Right? Hit that love button, okay? Secondly, there's a comments feature. It allows us to be able to interact one to another. So I encourage you to share your thoughts below, share your questions below, in the comment section. Also, let me know what city, state, and country you're tuning in from. I do realize that there are many of you who tune in from all around the world, so I would love to know where you're watching from. Okay, so right below, go ahead and let me know city, state, and country. And if you're catching this on a replay, go ahead and hashtag replay below. I would definitely love to know that as well. I'm just assessing how things are going with those who are catching it live. And then, of course, the last way to participate right now is sharing this stream out onto your timelines, groups, fan pages, okay, doing a watch party so that you can watch it together with your friends, okay, and your associates on social media. So what I'm going to do right now, really quick, is I'm going to share this with a couple of business colleagues of mine. I want to say hello to my fellow Wealth Builders Worldwide family. All right, so I'm going to share this out really, really quick. And I do appreciate your patience as I do this. And I might, of course, share this out to more individuals, more groups and other places a little bit later on. But I have to get going because there's some other festivities going on tonight that I have to be prepared for. So you all probably were here for part number one. I started this little mini series on influence because the foundation of this show talks about leadership. And I know many of you heard of Dr. John Maxwell, and we've heard of the definition and how he describes leadership as being influence, nothing more and nothing less, right? You might have heard of that. Well, for all of you entrepreneurs, all of you leaders out there, you are maybe an affiliate marketer, network marketer, online marketer, you're marketing your business online. Let me tell you something. We went over that first element. We broke it down to something really basic. You've probably heard of the phrase of helping people to get to know you, like you, and trust you. So we talked about the importance of helping someone to get to know you, especially in this new normal of being online and helping people to get to know you through the online space. And so right now I want to go over the second portion of that, which is like. I know. Okay, so listen. I know you get on social media and you see the different options here on Facebook that's given to you to be able to engage on people's posts. You can like, you can love, you got all these different emojis and things of that nature. Well, I'm not necessarily talking about hitting the like button, because the truth of the matter is, depending on how you're marketing your business, yes, you do want engagement. And you do want to create that balance, because here's ultimately, it depends on what your values are, what your beliefs are. People get deep with it. They're like, I don't really need someone to like my post. I don't need to like my own post. But if you have a strategy behind it where you're trying to increase your engagement and you're using your platform for business, then you want the engagement so that you can definitely grow your business. Okay, so looking at it from that perspective, yes, you want to increase your engagement, right? Encouraging people to like or engage, provide some type of emoji, right, in response to what you shared on social media. But how do you help people to like, right, truly like you as an individual, as an entrepreneur, and even like your content? How do you help people to do that? Well, we talked about getting to know. So as you're sharing with people and being authentic about who you are, sharing your real, true self, and even being vulnerable to a degree where you're sharing of your mistakes and the fact that you're you own up to your mistakes, and the fact that you're not perfect and that you don't seek to be perfect, but maybe to walk in excellence, right? Because that's for example, how I desire to portray myself. I want to really walk in excellence. I'm not going to be perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. There's only one particular being in my life specifically that I believe is perfect, and that's no one but God himself. Okay, but here is the thing. Okay, to help someone to get to like you, you have to reveal more about yourself. When someone likes you, truly likes you, based on what you share and reveal about yourself, they resonate, they connect. Okay, they connect, and that's what leaders do. Leaders connect. And another way of saying connect is leaders like you. Okay, there's something about you that they just like. I really can connect with that person. I really enjoy. You ever wonder why someone's like, I'm able to kind of follow that person, or to really, connect with that person or get on board with? You ever wonder why it's so easy for people to build a team so fast? Well, people like them. Their likability scale or rating is high. Okay, and that's because they're being present. They're being themselves. Now, there are certain things where you'll be able to resonate, for example, with one person versus the other. You can connect better. People hear you versus hearing someone else because they like you. They like you. For example, I had people, and this is not necessarily to point fingers to myself, but just to give you an example, I've had people to say, well, I wanted to come on board with you, connect with you, join you in business because I like the fact that you put God first in all that you do, that you're not afraid to talk about God. A lot of people try to separate religion from business, but the truth of the matter, and this is my perspective, is that your beliefs and what you do is springboarded from your beliefs and values. Okay? Your beliefs and values is like your foundation. And your beliefs and values is a part of what you believe spiritually. Why you do what you do, there's a spiritual undertone to what you do. So in my opinion, it's really hard to separate spirituality from business. Religion is a different element. I know we can go on and talk about this for days, but listen, it's you in its totality. I cannot separate that, okay? Because it is who I am. I am a spirit in an earth shell, and I possess a soul. So with all that being said, people connect with that because they're like, you know what? I too enjoy being spiritual. I believe just as you may believe as far as being a spirit-led individual. And so when you help people to get to know you, they can connect with something about your life, whether it's your past, your present, or where you're heading in the future. And they can relate. So for example, for those of you who are seeking financial freedom, you're seeking to be able to have an abundance of residual income coming in. And I'm not talking about paper or cash. I'm talking about residual, so that if you're sleeping, you're making money. And you might like the fact that some people share resources with you. And that's what we do here, a part of Leadership TKO. And so we share a lot about resources that are working, that are helping people to thrive and help entrepreneurs to thrive. Many of you have probably heard of this one popular resource called cryptocurrency. Well, if you really don't know a lot about cryptocurrency, you should, because currency is becoming digital and it's coming to a home near you. It's coming to a pocket near you. It's coming to a wallet near you, whether you want it or not. My point that I'm trying to get to here as well is that for those of you who do like the fact that there's a resource or resources available to help you to make money while you sleep, residually, these resources are available and people are living off of cryptocurrency, for example. And the big cryptocurrency of them all, the grandfather, the gold of cryptocurrency, is Bitcoin. Let me share with you something really, really quick, okay? I'm going to share with you, I saw this on a brother's timeline, and I said I'm going to just share do a little bit of give you an example of how Bitcoin is so powerful, okay? So let me go ahead and share really, really quick. I'm not going to dwell on this too long. But here's an article. Of course, ignore all the ads, and if the ads pop up, I'm sorry about that in advance. Here's a family who has survived not one or two, but 40 countries living off of Bitcoin. Now, a brother of mine, a fellow wealth builder of mine, shared this on their timeline, and I had to share this with you. There are people around the world living off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset. You can live off of assets, friends. And if you don't have Bitcoin, you are a bit behind the mark. And there are countries who operate solely on cryptocurrency and even specifically Bitcoin. So this is just an example. They've traveled to different countries. And I'm not going to go into it. But I encourage you, powerful resource is to get Bitcoin. And you can actually acquire Bitcoin and earn Bitcoin for free, 24/7, instantly. There's a resource that is available now that will help you to do that. So I want to actually, of course, I have information on the resource. And if you do want information on it, I can share that with you. And I also know that there are some fellow wealth builders of mine who do the same. So I encourage you, listen, help people to get to know you, like you, put some information out there, help them to connect with you. Maybe you resonate with, of course, me or someone else because you like what I share. You like the content I share. You like, of course, the style and the flow of how things go about, of course, on this timeline or through these streams, and that's fine. If you are someone and you like the fact that you can position yourself, for example, to get paid in Bitcoin 24/7, instantaneously, right? You don't have to wait, you don't have to delay, and you want information about this, you can actually get access to something like this for free. And I encourage you to inbox me, send me a short message saying Bitcoin, all right? And more information will be shared with you. Or, of course, get with the person that shared this stream with you, and they'll get you information as well. So that's some information just a little information about the likability factor. You want to definitely share more about yourself, help them to relate to you, and they'll be able to discover some elements about you that they like. And they will connect with you in a deeper way because they do like you. All right? And so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, I encourage each and every one of you, yes, you, to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.